All right. Welcome to Trolls Toys. Let's get into it and see what we have today. Figure reviews, toy hunts, etc. All right. YouTube, Trolls Toys back at you with another unboxing and comparison video. G.I. Joe versus Action Force. So we're going to be unboxing and comparing Recondo, whose primary specialty is infantry and secondary specialty is intelligence from G.I. Joe, against Desert Condor from Action Force, whose primary specialty is infantry and secondary specialty is intelligence. So without further ado, we'll get into it. All right, we're going to start off with Recondo representing G.I. Joe, right? And I will start off with the packaging. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of these retro file cards. These retro carded Joes, right? And I usually buy two, one to keep in the package and one to open. I don't keep any of the other Joes in the package besides these retro cards, but I just think the artwork is so awesome. So obviously that's big points for G.I. Joe, right? But we'll read Recondo's file card. File name, Daniel M. LeClaire. Primary military specialty, infantry. Secondary military specialty, intelligence. Birthplace, Wheaton, Wisconsin. Recondo hates the cold. He loves hauling a rucksack through the bush and sweating through his camis. When he's in the jungle, he owns it. Anybody else is trespassing. Cadre member at Jungle Warfare Training Center. Qualified expert, M16, Swedish K, grease gun, M1911A1, auto pistol, M79 grenade launcher. A jungle is like some single gigantic hostile organism. It can sense when you fear or hate it, and it is wholly without mercy. When Recondo steps into a jungle, it sings to him like a mother soothing a troubled child. So we're going to get Recondo out of his packaging, and we'll look at the figure and his accessories. All right, I gotta say, Recondo's looking pretty good, right? I certainly like this better than his, what is it, Tiger Force representation that he has? Yeah, I just like the original one much better. Comes with a nice weapon, backpack, pistol, and then the big bush knife, right? And the cap sort of seals it all for me, and the Wyatt Earp style mustache. But overall, I think Recondo is looking pretty smooth. Sort of like I remember him, because this is the retro card version, right? So he's supposed to be an upscaled version of the old school miniature, 3 3/4. So overall, I think Hasbro has done a good job in representation of that. So I really like the hat and the stash. All right, up next, representing Action Force, we're going to go with Condor. And we'll read his file card as well, right? Oh, damn, shambles. All right, sorry about that. We had a slight fig-tastrophe, right? So apologies. Condor, file name, Barnes, Laird. Primary specialty, infantry. Secondary skills, intelligence. Birthplace, Dorset, England. Rank affiliation, Captain, 22nd Special Air Service Regiment. While serving as a troop commander in A Squadron, 22 SAS Captain Barnes deployed to Iraq for Operation Crichton. This mission involved his SAS team working jointly with American Delta Force in a secret war against Al-Qaeda and other insurgents based in Iraq. The joint force was codenamed Task Force Knight, and they executed takedown raids on militants, bomb makers, and high-ranking insurgent leaders. During this tour, Barnes formed a strong bond with his mentor, Staff Sergeant Tony Roberts, codenamed Desert Rat. Barnes proved to be a natural Special Forces leader. And while he was the troop commander, Barnes never allowed any ego to get in the way of the mission objective, and he was more than willing to lean on the advice of his senior sergeant who had many years of operational experience to draw from. The relationship between Barnes and Roberts was based on mutual respect, and this bond formed the cornerstone of what would become one of the most effective SAS units to operate in theater. Always ready for a fight, yet cool under fire, the formidable reputation garnered by Barnes and Roberts began to spread, and when Task Force Night was inbound, they struck fear into the hearts of even the most hardened insurgent fighters. And now we're going to get Condor out of the package. right? All right, so back of Recondo's package before I get Condor out. All right, I just wanted to say, damn, shambles again. Obviously, I think I mentioned it, but I prefer the retro card packaging for Joe's. I know Action Force is not aiming for the packaging. I do like the back of Action Force where it shows the figure in motion. So they both have their pluses and minuses. Even though I like the artwork better for the Joes, obviously I do like really like the fact that every Action Force comes with a file card, right? Whereas only the retro card Joes do, which sort of irks me. Also, every Action Force comes with a stand for the figure, whereas only the retro card Joes do as well. So like I said, pluses and minuses for both. Artwork goes to G.I. Joe. File card goes to Action Force. Stands, in this case, they both have them, so it's a tie. He does come with an alternate masthead, so here he is with the alternate masthead. So Condor does come with alternate hands, right? He's got these sort of more open style hands that came in a bag attached. He's got sort of a cupping hand, a gripping hand, and then he's got two fists of fury, it looks like, as well, right? So once again, looking pretty smooth. And I know we got Recondo, a jungle trooper, and this is the desert version of Condor, so it's like comparing apples to oranges, I suppose. But they both are representations of infantry as their primary specialty and intelligence as their secondary specialty, so I thought it was a fair comparison. With that being said, right, they both are very nice figures. Condor comes with many alternate hands and the helmet and sort of the, whatever these are, night vision lenses, or hell, I don't know what they are, and the earmuffs, right, that are sort of standard with most Action Force figures. He also has this masthead, so I guess he's got some army building capabilities if you're into that. I'm not really. But as figures go overall, right, I'm going to give appearance of the figures in this case to Recondo. I just love the Wyatt Earp mustache, right? This head sculpt, Condor Screaming, I guess is fine for some, but the only other alternate head he comes with is the masthead. So for me, appearance-wise, it's going to go to G.I. Joe. Packaging-wise, in this case, like I said, both have their pluses and minuses, but I do like the retro art on Joe's. I do like the file card on Action Force. But once again, for me, it's more nostalgic with Recondo, so I'm going to go for G.I. Joe as well. As far as accessories go, in typical standard fare, the Action Force guy, Condor, comes with all the typical ones. But once again, for me, in this case, this knife wins out for me with Recondo. And then nostalgia, right? Obviously, I'm new into Action Force, and I know it's just been revived in recent years, I believe, right? And I love the work they do, and I think they go well together with each other. But in this case, I just remember him from my childhood, and the hat in the combination with the stash is just going to do it for me. So in my comparisons of round 2, because we started out these videos with infantry versus infantry, blowback versus the Action Marine Sniper, and this is infantry round 2, I suppose. We've got Joe versus Action Force. I do like the Action Force stands better, if you are one. So I will say that does want to display the file card. There's this slot right in the back of the stand where the file card goes, and I haven't got into doing that yet, but I guess I could. And then you got his file card right behind him, which is great. And I do like that Action Force comes with, every figure comes with a stand. So overall, I like both lines, right? Obviously, G.I. Joe is more reminiscent for me and nostalgic from my childhood, and is my primary line. But I do find myself getting more and more into Action Force because they do go together, right? In my opinion, they complement each other well. Right? So, and I'm going to commingle them, right? I do have a separate shelf for Action Force now, but I can use them together, and that's my plan. I haven't got huge into the dioramas yet, but I will. But in this case, Recondo is going to be my winner. So as always, this has been Trolls Toys. I truly appreciate you watching my videos, and we'll see you soon.